Yo. Let me see here, man. What's going on, man? Get this shit popping like a locksmith, you heard? Oh, man. Gotta get this shit popping like a locksmith, you heard? See what's going on here, man. See what's going on here, man. Get this shit popping like a locksmith, you heard? Fuck it, I'm gonna listen to my Nas while I wait for some niggas, man. Get this shit popping like a locksmith, you heard? Am I heard? The niggas hear me, man. Let's get this shit popping like a locksmith, you heard? Am I heard in these streets? Am I heard on these social media streets, man? Let's get this shit popping like a locksmith, you heard? What's going on out there, man? Can y'all hear me? Oh, I'm heard. Sporting Advantage, salute. Oh my God, what the fuck, salute. Taunt Blaze, salute. Yeah. We in here. Y'all already know. South Croy. Sports and lifestyle, salute. My man done added a whole new shit to his name. But I like that though. Dan Campbell, salute. Daniel Jordan, salute. Yeah, man, shout out to homie Dylan White, man. We gonna talk about that shit too. Oh my God, I'm higher than fucking 747 jets, G2s, G5s, and G6s right now. 1-2 Kid, what the business is, man. Lisa Bell. Excuse me. Lisa Bell, salute. Boxing finesse, what it is, man. Stay on guard, man. You never know, man. We gonna have to toss some niggas the fuck out the crib, man. Might have to give some people the Jazzy Jeff treatment. You never know. Just stay on guard, man. Let's make a movie out of this shit. Let's make a movie all the way out of this shit, right? So I ain't gonna do what everybody think I'm gonna do and talk about the usual shit, the politics, and no, I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to blow my hot like that, man. I'm not here to blow my hot like that. So I'm gonna just do something different, man. So I heard Bob Arum is trying to exist in a world where he doesn't want mandatories for a year. And I mean, I find that kind of funny, considering that he wants to forego Dillian White's mandatory for a whole fucking year. And pretty much all other weight class mandatories. Like, we ain't already had a pandemic. People ain't already had time off. And you think you gonna make this man wait till what, 2022 to stroke your ego? But what about, well, hold up though. But what about Kubrat Pulev though? The same motherfucker you champion for 24/7 that's supposed to knock out Anthony Joshua. So, you know, it's always some funny shit swinging in boxing. I mean, I would say, you know, I wouldn't be shocked at anything you hear, especially out of this old motherfucker mouth. And it gets to the point where you got to ask yourself, when a motherfucker is saying some shit like that, do a franchise belt come along with that shit, or does this motherfucker really need to retire for real? Because you got to be stupid as fuck, or you got to have some other type of agenda, man. Talking about you don't want your marquee fighters fighting. In my opinion, what I would think is, if you trying to get fucking Tyson Fury out of a mandatory and you don't want him to fight Dillian White, and the way I would have to realistically look at everything, Dillian White's been shifted around. They've been fucking them every other way they possibly can. Tyson Fury asked for the WBC diamond belt, saying that he would fight him for the mandatory spot. Then he didn't do him. He didn't fight him because pretty much he could do whatever he fucking wanted to do. They made that evident. So it's got to either be something. It's got to be something about that guy, or you just don't want your guys to risk your guys getting beat. Well, guess what? We can't really worry about that. We can't really give two fucks about that. That shit don't really matter. If you concerned your dude's going, if you think your dude like that, You shouldn't even be concerned whether he's fighting Dillian White or not. Just go ahead and let him fucking have his day, man. Because I'm sure if it was your fucking guy, if it was Kubrat Pulev waiting, what, almost what, 1,000 days? Sure, you would want that nigga in that position, man. So I ain't really trying to hear none of that old motherfucking shit you talking about your mouth, old turkey fucking neck bastard. Oh, man, we gotta understand, man. The platforms are shifting, man. Niggas is doing a whole bunch of weirdo shit. They wanted to swing. They want the scales to tip in their own little way, man. But that's just fucking boxing, man. You got niggas. Ah, God. Fuck. Errol Spence going crazy. He talking shit. Everybody saying he got his weight down, he looked great and this and that. My whole thing is, man, what the fuck is Errol Spence ever shown me, but he could possibly fuck up all the time. So if Errol Spence ain't nothing but a fuck up, he ain't been nothing but fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Good. I want him to look good. But until I see this motherfucker fight, I don't even want to hear it. And as a matter of fact, for real, Danny Garcia, man, look, call me a flip-flop, call me what you want to call me, man, but yes, man, Danny Garcia is a tune-up, man. Danny Garcia is fucking trash, man. Let's be honest, man. This dude is trash. This the same dude who got his ass whooped by Lamar Peterson. 10 rounds to 2. Like, man, come on, man. This dude is slow as motherfucker. Man, look, man, this dude slower than molasses, bro. His counter left hook ain't all that. Let's be serious, bro. That joint slow. My daughter can slip that shit. My daughter can slip it. So if he ready to go, throw him in there with somebody that really want to smoke, man. Throw him in there with Ugas. Throw him in there with Ugas. Errol ready? Errol ready. He said he ready, man. I'm just sick of the bullshit. Like, what it... Man, I'm gonna open up the chat, man. I'm high. How y'all feel about how y'all feel about the people going to Anthony Joshua head? They going to that boy head hard too. He'll be alright though. He'll be alright though. But one thing about that whole shit is though, y'all gotta understand, no matter what Anthony Joshua does at this point, or no matter what he's going to do from now up until him and Tyson Fury fight or whatever, he gonna be all of the motherfucking worst. He gonna be all of the negative hats they could try to throw on top of his heads, man. And a lot of tribalism going on. So, you know, it's gonna be a whole bunch of weird shit going on. So, man, he just gonna have to ride that one out. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. What's up, Rachel? Salute. Man. Yeah, Danny beat some names, man, but yeah, I don't know, man. I got my gripe with that dude, man. Like, yeah, he beat some names, but how old was a bunch of them names though? A lot of them niggas was old as shit, man. Let's be serious, man. I know, man. I ain't even gonna go into it, man. Danny I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. And we already know that he ain't did shit at 147. So if that's already the story, nigga, you got your ass beat by Lamar Peterson, bro, and you did it at a catch weight of what? You did it at a catch weight of 146. And he beat your motherfucking ass and they robbed that man. 115 to 113. Right or wrong, no. Then Lamar Peterson beat his ass. That's all I want to know. If somebody answer the question, man, I'm good. If somebody can tell me if Lamar Peterson they beat that man ass, man, I shut up, man. I know Lamar Peterson beat that man whole ass, man. That's just enough to tell the story, man. And an old ass Louis Zab Judah, Matisse, Barrera, man, this man got to skate with a lot of bullshit, man. Think about it, man. He got to fight the one cat, man. He was trying to put his belt on the line, man, for a catch weight. What was it? Yeah, it was a 140. It was a catch weight. It was a catch weight. It was a 140 catch weight. He was trying to put on his belt on his line with this dude was ranked like number 70th in the world. The nigga got ragged on so bad, man. They had to switch the whole battle round to a 10 round non-title, man. I'm just saying, this dude got funny shit with him, and a lot of them wins that dude got, man, they questionable, man. Like the Guerrero win. We already know that shit questionable. So I'm just saying, to throw him in the ring with a so-called Errol Spence that everybody think is ready, I don't know how really ready. I mean, man, Danny Garcia is trash, man. Man, look, I'd rather him fight Sergey Lipinets than fight Danny Garcia right now. Real rap. Sergey Lipinets will go in there and fight 20 times harder than Danny Garcia will fight that boy right now. Matter of fact, I don't even think Danny Garcia would take a Sergey Lipinets fight right now. Facts. All facts. If Danny Garcia take a Sergey Lipinets fight, I'd be surprised. This nigga just fought fucking Lemonhead and he fought Adrian Granados, and then was 12-round fights, man. So I'm just saying, these niggas coming out the gate, you already know they're going to do some pussy shit, man. But watch the boy, mark my words. All of the shit this nigga talking. Watch when boxing speed up, when you can get audience, when you can get crowds and shit out there. Watch the boy Errol fight somebody soft. Talking about he took the hard route. Talking about he took the hard route to get where he got as a unified champion. How the fuck do you do that? When you do that? If I don't recall, he's on record saying he was going to take the easy route by avoiding Terence Crawford, which was the WBC. So if you took the hard route and you don't feel sorry for Ugas, and I feel you on the Keith Thurman thing, man, I don't give a fuck about Milli Vanilli. But I'm just saying, if you so-called took the hard route, bro, you show me the motherfucker, man. You show me the hard route, and I call you a motherfucking liar. Because that nigga did not take no hard route, man. He fought the weakest motherfucking champion at the time, man. And and for real, he got beat that night. He got turned all night like a ballerina, man. That's facts. You absolutely right. Dylan White is always dangerous. But the fact is, this the thing though. Niggas is really not gonna give that boy no shot, man. And when he get his shot, he gonna have to try to Debo the fuck out of his fucking heavyweight title shot, because there's no way. I have never heard in the history of boxing that you could be the have the second best heavyweight resume in boxing and go this long as a number one and not get your title shot. And on top of that, you went through a whole janky process with the whole dirty urine bullshit. Like, your B sample came back clear. That's kind of like the same shit that happened with Alexander Povetkin. I'm just saying, it was a pattern with Deontay Wilder. So my whole thing is, let's not start a pattern with Tyson Fury, because it seems like that's what they're trying to do, in my opinion, Jeff. They trying to start a whole pattern with fucking Tyson Fury now, to where they just trying to blackball this dude, where they feel like they can just do whatever they want over here. And I honestly think it's an America thing, because if you got Tyson Fury in a position to where he put money in the American pockets and he fighting in all these American venues, and now y'all got him to where you know he's going to sell out these American arenas and shit like that, and y'all trying to keep y'all run as long as you can go for real. If y'all already showed your pattern of fighting your Tom Schwarz and your Otto Wallins, and your Otto Wallins could get you in trouble, I'm just saying, you're not necessarily going to try to just jump out there and go fight motherfucking Dillian White. That ain't going to be the first, that's not going to be your first option. And he's not your fighter. So you ain't really giving a fuck about injustice. And if it come down to fucking Bob Arum, absolutely. He'll do every fucking thing he can do to fucking avoid that fight. So the only thing that I could like think out of that shit that could be like halfway realistic, because you're not gonna get motherfuckers to make a pass on mandatories at a year. But I done seen some strange shit, and I done heard motherfuckers talk some strange shit on TV and tell motherfuckers shit that they just believe that they can just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, this man, you got Dillian White so mad he talking about motherfucking they even might give Mike Tyson his mandatory spot. Low key, he might be, motherfuckers might think he be joking about that shit, but I think he might be kind of serious about it. Because at the end of the day, in which way haven't you jerked this man? You done jerked this man in every way motherfucking possible that you possibly can. I ain't never seen nobody done this type of wrong in the open. and ain't nobody been able to solve not one problem. And then you could throw a mandatory on it, but they push that shit all the way back through Tyson Fury in the front of it. So it's like shit. How much faith he got in that? Man, you gotta sue you gotta sue a fucking governing body, bro, hoping to get a shot, bro. What type of world are you living in, man? Look, this nigga Mauricio Sulaiman might be comparable to the Mexican Don King, bro. T-Boxing, salute.
Salute, Mr. Two Hands. What are you saying, bro? You talking about Dillian Whyte, yeah?
Yeah, man. Just saying, like, it gets to the point where it's just like, you got this dude has been waiting for so long, and Bob M is talking about trying to get, like, mandatories basically pushed back for a fucking year because he's tired of his marquee guys, having to worry about fighting mandatories basically after he fought Deontay Wilder or some shit. He's basically worried about his marquee guys and their mandatories. But at the same time, you have Kubrat Pulev over there, who's a mandatory challenger for the IBF, and you're trying to pull Anthony Joshua for that match right now, and you're making a whole bunch of ruckus about that. So if Dillian Whyte's already been pushed to the back burner for your guy in Tyson Fury, so he could fight Deontay Wilder, and y'all fucking got all butt fucked in this contract now when nobody wants to see you fight him a fucking third time. And all of a sudden, and this dude got pushed back to 2021, and you trying to tell me you're going to try to make this guy wait another year till 2022? I'm just like, it's not realistic. With Kubrat Pulev in the situation, and at the same time, my only thing is, could you be trying to make Tyson Fury franchise champion, and would Tyson Fury take something like that? Because Tyson Fury done said he already got all the belts. He's kind of felt like he's achieved what he wanted to achieve. He's gotten all the belts. So who knows?
The thing is though, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Dillian Whyte, but on this one I agree with you. Like, especially when it comes to waiting so many days for the title shot. When Deontay Wilder had the title, they pushed. Everybody started pushing. Deontay Wilder, they were saying that he's ducking this, that. Now that Tyson Fury got the title, Dillian Whyte is suddenly a cheater, and he doesn't deserve a title shot. Why did Tyson Fury get the title shot, or why did they put him as a mandatory position before Dillian Whyte? I just don't understand that. And at the same time, they were supposed to fight for the diamond belt. Tyson Fury was happy with it, and then suddenly he changed his mind. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, like, they're protecting Tyson Fury, the way I'm seeing it. I don't know about you, though.
Man, for me, I think that shit is fucking like, it's agenda driven through fucking through corporate ties, man. In a sense, Mauricio Sulaiman, yeah, the WBC might be Mexico based, but who does Mexico do? Who does the WBC really do all of their business with? They do it with a lot of these damn arenas in America and shit like that. He be showing a lot of favoritism to Al Heyman and Sam Watson, and a lot of those guys over at the PBC, they carry WBC fucking belts, man. Like, look how long Deontay Wilder carried that WBC belt. So even if it's Tyson Fury's been fighting in America, and he's been fighting for ESPN. So my whole thing is, I don't know. I feel like they don't want Eddie to have all them motherfuckers, or even risk the opportunity of Eddie getting them, because if you done push this kid back for this fucking long, and he still hasn't gotten the opportunity, and you went on Sky Sports a week and a half ago and you said being number one doesn't make you a mandatory, so you just basically saying rankings don't mean shit in your organization. It just and then you threw Tyson Fury in front of him. But if you look at the opposition, I don't care what people say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sean Blaze, I hear what you're saying. If you feel like Tyson Fury will beat Dillian Whyte, it don't matter. But if wrong is wrong, you know what I mean? Like, if the dude deserves his shot, he deserves his shot. He should be able to get that motherfucker.
I think, people used to call Deontay Wilder a cherry picker. I see Tyson Fury as a cherry picker because, he doesn't want to fight White. People are saying, they think Tyson Fury, is going to win. Okay, well, I don't mind, if you think like that. Everyone got their opinion. But I don't know why Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight this guy. We know that Wilder had a surgery, he's resting. So at the end of the day, Mr. Mauricio Solomon, he can easily, make that fight between Fury and White because they're both available. They're both injury free. So let's get the fight, Mauricio. You know what I mean?
Because for real, like, I'm almost to the point where it's kind of like, I would try to, if I could, man, I would sit down with fucking Top Rank. I would sit down with motherfucking, I would sit down with fucking, PBC, and I would try to get this fucking Deontay Wilder match. I would try to get this fucking Kubrat Pulev match. I would try to get this shit worked out in some way, shape, or form to where you try to make whatever the fuck you make off of it and move on from it. Because, bro, to be perfectly honest, when 2021 come around, if I'm Dillian White, February of 2021 hit, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. I don't care where you standing with your contract. Now, if that overrides it, that's one thing. But I don't give a fuck what's going on. Somebody gonna have to show me some form of results, bro. Because I mean, we just gotta call it straight here, man. Fair is fucking fair. And,
the thing is though, I think Mauricio, he's quite smart. He actually covered his back by saying, about 6-7 months ago, whenever it was, when he said that Dillian White, he's not mandatory until 2021 in February, I believe. So there's like about 7, 8, 9 months, maybe less than a year. So he kind of covered his back a bit. The guy, he's smart the way he done it. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's why I call that motherfucker a straight snake. Fucking, he's man. Look, he's as crooked and as reptilian as they come. I promise you that. You're not going to see too many guys that move and operate like this individual and get away with it with pure immunity. Nobody, you can't chat. It seems like nobody's been able to challenge his practice when it comes to certain fighters and fucking steroids. Like, he's just like, he decides which guys are going to keep the belts if they have steroids, if they test positive for steroids. He decides who's going to lose the belt if they on steroids, or if the person is on steroids and they get caught, like in Fred Charles Cruz situation. This motherfucker just kept that girl belt in the hand of Alejandro Jimenez for like goddamn what? How long? For at least 5 months. At least. That fight was in what? The summertime. Was it last summer? No. Or was it? Whenever it was at least 4 or 5 fucking months. She kept it. They kept that fucking belt from her. And the WBO had already reinstated hers. But he didn't give it back. And now they just released that motherfucker, what, 2 days ago? I just put the article on Twitter, some shit like that. That's the type of shit he do. Because, and it always fall in line with Mexican interests too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit do. Like, and it falls in line of Deontay Wilder interests. It's just the thing is,
it's about money. It's about money. I think they think maybe Dillian White, it's not going to make them the money. And, you know what I mean? It's like the way they look at it is, yeah, it's a bit to do with Mexican as well. Of course, the guy is Mexican. He's going to favor, obviously, the Mexicans. But at the same time, I think, obviously, Deontay Wilder, he put a lot of money in his pocket. I think Dillian White, I don't think they believe in Dillian White. Do you know what I mean? Like, they think Tyson Fury, he can, give them the money. You know what I mean? These people are corrupt. You know what I mean? Money talks, man.
No, they don't believe. Honestly, he the wrong type of champion, man. And I mean it by saying this, bro. He's the kind of champion. He's the kind of champion that you're not going to motherfucking silence. He's not going to be the cookie cutter type. He's not going to express himself the way you want him to, and he's not going to come off polished. He's going to be that rugged type of real heavyweight fucking champion who's going to present that type of smoke. He's going to give those type of business guys and their type of fucking agendas. He's gonna ruffle their fucking feathers, and he's gonna do it his way. And that's how Dillian White's always fucking done it. He's done it his way. But speaking on him doing it his way, he's put himself in this position to become a contender for the WBC heavyweight fucking championship of the world. So he should fucking get it. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think a person should be denied of that. A person who works that fucking hard and who's did it and the level of opposition he's did it. It's basically like most guys in their heavyweight career don't fight the kind of guys back to back that Dillian White has fought. You know, they'll fight a couple of them and they'll take their foot off the gas and they'll have some filler moments in there. You know, he's pretty much made a pretty loud statement on making his claim for wanting to become a heavyweight champion and him wanting to be in that match. And I just think that the man should just be given that. And I don't think that people don't even take the time to put a voice to it that much. That's what's mind-boggling to me as well. It kind of fucks with me a little bit because not too many people say something about it. And when you speak on it, why don't it have that much of a fucking impact on people? That's a fucking problem.
And the thing is as well, like right now, like it's even a lot worse because people are not even speaking for Dillian White anymore. Like before, at least they used to say like, oh, Wilder's stuck in him and this, that. But now that Fury got the title, like a lot of people are quiet and they're not saying nothing about it. So, you know, they're not keeping the same energy like I'm always saying it. But I think Dillian White at the same time, you know, should he took that title shot from Anthony Joshua, you know, maybe not, but he's had a lot of chances as well at the same time, you know, but I don't know, they're doing him wrong in terms of, you know, especially now, because like I said, Wilder, you know, he's not available right now, you know, Fury is available, you know, but for some reason, you know, they covered their back last year. They said that, you know, February 2021, so they can mess with him now, you know what I mean?
Bro, it almost makes you think about it in the sense where it's like, yeah, should Dillian White have taken that fucking title fight with Anthony fucking Joshua, knowing that the percentage wasn't going to favor him if he won the match on the back in the second fight in the rematch clause? It's almost like, you know, to take a heavyweight title fight, you still got to get fucked on behalf of, you know, who the cash cow is in that division. I feel like, you know, that's unfair in a sense, considering that if you were going to do a fight with Deontay Wilder, you were going to give him the higher percentage in the rematch if he was to win that. Even though I know that it was leveraged in the sense of where he was going to have a WBC title to leverage to where he could get that percentage because there was more of a need for Deontay Wilder in that regard. But considering what he has done for Matchroom, considering that he's made himself a pay-per-view attraction, considering that he's made you guys money, he's never had to stick with you. He stayed with you on a fight-by-fight fucking basis. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears, fucking loyalty, and fucking money earned. I mean, something is fucking owed there. So, in the sense to where it's like taking the shittier percentage, it's like, nah, it's like, when does it become a point where you're going to stop getting fucked? You get fucked by the cash cow all the way around. You know, the marquee guy is the marquee guy. I understand that, you know, but still, when it comes to that point, if I'm going to fucking win the match, like, come on, bro, give me the bigger percentage of the split so I can understand where you take a stance there. But then when you watch him lose to Andy Ruiz, it's kind of like, damn, it'll smack you in your face in a whole nother regard because it's like, well, I could have had those belts. But then where do you draw the line? Like, you got to take a stance for yourself somewhere. You already get screwed by the WBC, right?
He should have drawn the line, you know, when he went to America. I think, like, what was it, last year or the year before, when he was shopping, like, with the BBC with Heyman. I think, you know, to me, you know, obviously I'm not going to sound popular now, but he should have signed with the BBC because with Eddie Hearn, the Matchroom, he's signing fight-by-fight basis. You know what I mean? So that way, you know, with Sky, with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn, Dillian White is always going to be the second fiddle. He's never going to be number one with Sky. So he's always going to be behind AJ, the cash cow. So Eddie Hearn ain't going to work for him the way he works for AJ. So that's why I was saying back then his best interest was either to sign for, you know, Bob Arum or Heyman and stay in the States. But, You know, at the end of the day, Dillian White, you know, he wants to be loyal to Eddie, but it's like having a second girlfriend. You know, your main girl and you know your side piece. That's how he's been always been
God
treated. You know what I
damn.
mean?
Truthfully speaking, in a sense, it kind of is always going to be that way because I mean, if you look at it in this regard, it's like, man, you got the guy here, the 90,000 seat guy. I mean, he kind of fucking built the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
I
mean,
can talk to you. Yeah, yeah. It's like basically I can talk to you the way I want to talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
yeah,
you're
it's
number
like,
two. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I tell you what to do. That's why Anthony Joshua offered them like what $4 or $5 million, like lower than what they offered to Ruiz, because they can
yeah,
talk to Dillian White the way they want to talk to, and Dillian White takes it. That's what I was saying. Even go to Frank Warren, like leave Eddie. That's the best interest for Dillian White. But I don't know. Maybe he's getting. Maybe he doesn't feel confident enough to go elsewhere. Maybe he's getting a lot of money. Who knows? But he's always going to be second to Anthony Joshua when it comes to Matthew and Sky. You know what I mean?
yeah. Unfortunately, Dillian White's gonna have to fucking snatch his advantages, and the only way he would have to be able to do that is kind of knock Anthony Joshua off his pedestal, and he would have to do that shit twice, bro. Like that is the only way Dillian White would get his advantages in Matchroom is to dethrone that guy. But it's like you done put up with so much fucking shit there, man. It's kind of like, bro, like I fucking done rode out this fucking journey this far, man. I like there's got to be some form of light at the end of the fucking tunnel here. Like I can't fucking just get off this fucking ship, and I just can't start this whole cycle all the way over. It's like it's almost better. It's almost better to like run with the asshole you know better than the one you don't. Like
He's
I don't
32 years
know.
old as well. Dillian White is 32 years old. Like if he fights AJ, yeah, like if he beats AJ, he has to beat him twice, knowing that he's already got knocked out by AJ. Is silly, you know. Everyone talks about it. The pictures are out there, the memes are out there. Like I don't even think he feels, you know. I don't even think he can beat. Like in his own mind, I'm talking about in his own mind. I don't think he can even beat AJ. I don't think he feels confident enough to beat AJ because the last fight we know what happened, you know. So
Yeah, AJ
I don't know, man.
blasted.
I feel bad for the guy, man. At the same time, he's made money though, innit? You know what I mean? He's been on pay-per-view fights, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
he a
they fought.
multi-millionaire. He doing his thing. I mean, it's just I think he kind of understands that if he wants a certain level of he know that WBC something extra come with that shit, man. So he's trying to. I think he's gonna try to ride that thing out. Hopefully it fucking work out for him, man. Because like, hey, I mean, I'm going to bat for the dude, man. I want to see him win that shit, bro. And I know y'all motherfuckers want to know about this shit, y'all ignorant motherfuckers. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know, I know. So we're gonna talk about this shit, yo. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, it's about to get ugly. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro. That nigga in the motherfucking woods, bro. He was in the woods, Deontay Wilder. The poem in the woods, that's cool. I don't have no fucking problem with the poem. I thought the shit was cool, but this is the thing. I want y'all to understand that D Smoke, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, motherfucking Black Thought from the Roots, Talib Kweli, or one of them motherfuckers wrote that shit. He did not write it. He did not write it. The thing is, and then you could tell when it came off, you know, he had to say it over and over and over and over again. And this is my whole thing about it, bro. You doing the poem in the damn woods, screaming at the top of your lungs, poisoning the damn oak trees, killing freaking Mother Nature all around you, animals just dying. You know what I mean? Like and you got the Till This Day shirt on. That's my biggest problem, bro. Because you got the new Till This Day, the red hoodie on. You got the Till This Day red and black hoodie on. You trying to flash the new merch for your little bodega, for your little Till This Day bodega where you sell your little King of Wakanda shirts and all of that stuff. My whole thing is, bruh, don't be out there trying to sell the merch, bro. It's
Wait,
one
wait,
thing if
wait,
you
wait,
gonna
wait, wait,
recite
wait.
a poem, but say who wrote it. Say who wrote it. For number one, say who wrote the poem. If you're gonna recite it, Don't act like you did that because we both know that you still struggling on the third page, stuck on the third page of one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. You still struggling with that Dr. Seuss book. There is no way, as an artist, I'm telling you, as a person who can really put lyrics together really well, I can tell you that he could not put that together. And the fact that the way he tried to kick it off, my thing is don't try to take ownership for it. If that's what you know what I'm saying, if you feeling that poem or whatever, it wasn't genuine to me at all, fam.
Let me get my 2 cents in. Let me get my 2 cents in. I agree with you with the poem. Okay, so somebody did write it for him, obviously. But I think, he meant good by it, Deontay Wilder. At the same time, till this day, that hoodie, I think he was wearing that a while ago now, though, isn't it? It's not just recently. But I don't know if he's actually selling it. It's just a promo kind of thing. I don't know what he's doing. But what I do want to say is that I want to give both men credit, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Like, they're both, being pro-black, so to say. Anthony Joshua, he's got, an Africa tattoo on his shoulder. Deontay Wilder, he's been campaigning for the black people, the gun crime and all that sort of stuff, like all the injustices, even from 2016, 17. He's always talked about it's on his YouTube channel.
Okay, listen. So you getting beside my point here. Like, Deontay Wilder, that saying was birthed. Deontay Wilder would have never even fucking used that saying. That saying fucking didn't have no fucking meaning on it. That saying didn't weigh anything on the fucking black community. That saying didn't weigh anything on the hearts of the struggling people or any of the people or it didn't connect to civil rights at all. Until Radio Raheem decided to take that thing, put it back up there, and then it went viral in front of millions of people. He would have never even used it. My whole thing is, as soon as it went viral, he decided to take it and he made money off of the shirt. He put it in a little store. He was making money off the shirt. Those colors of that shirt, that hoodie, that color, he ain't been out in public since other than riding his little bike or whatever he was doing. That's cool. I have no problem with that. I'm all for the little, look, I know Deontay Wilder marched, during Chicago or whatever, in Chicago, for the gun rights and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's not beyond Deontay Wilder, but look, bro, I know you wasn't out there with them people because you got your ass whooped and you wasn't ready to face the damn public yet. And this is why I'm going to tell you it's more of a problem in how people trying to save face for him. Because a lot of people don't know this because Ellie Seckbach just uploaded 9 to 12 hours ago. He just uploaded Deontay Wilder in Chicago saying Deontay Wilder walking in Chicago like he was trying to upload it like it was new, like he was marching for George Floyd. Yeah. Damn well that was the old joint from Chicago back in 2017 or 2016. Yeah. How do I know it? Because I've seen the same damn video on three different outlets. So for me, it comes across a little genuine and people trying to help you save face by the way your approach was. Now, I don't know if it's a little counter defense on both sides. Like, I really don't care because I think both men said what they had to say. My whole thing is this. You didn't shout out to Arthur for one. You try to take credit for it. You know what I mean? Then you put up the till this day in the back, knowing you selling their shirt. And you try to advertise that one way. And I looked it up. People can say whatever they want. You can Google it. I looked it up. That till this day and all of that stuff, a piece of it goes to the NAACP, the NAACP, and he keeps a portion of the proceeds from the hoodies as well. It's always been like that. So he still profits off the hoodie, regardless. You know what I mean? It wasn't no George Floyd hoodie.
I haven't got no problem with it because at the end of the day, if he's helping these people, even what Anthony Joshua has done, like they both guys, their profile is gonna get bigger and bigger. The thing is, the stuff they're doing, even Canelo, even Ryan Garcia, I welcome all of these things because at the end of the day, we just need people speaking for the people in America. I don't live in America at the end of the day, but at the same time in the UK, we don't really get the same problem. We get different type of problems. You know what I mean? Like in terms of jobs and all that sort of stuff. But like, when he's saying till this day, like the 500 years and stuff like that, it kind of, okay, the problem with you saying is that he's making money out of it.
It was never genuine. It was never genuine. It was never genuine in the beginning. The till this day, what I'm saying is, the till this day shirt has always had a small portion of it going to the NAACP and a portion going into his pocket. What I'm saying is, I have no problem with the poem. I thought the poem was nice. I'm just saying, we know it didn't come from Deontay Wilder, and my thing is, you always give credit. You always give credit to the author. You know what I'm saying? If you're using if you're using a quotable, normally you give credit to the author. If you chose not to do that, it's whatever. But for what I know, and then on top of the fact that Ellie Setback comes out 10 hours earlier and puts out that video trying to act like Deontay Wilder was out marching today, it kind of makes everything look a little weird.
Yo, listen, Ellie Setback is a scumbag anyway. He's looking for views anyway. He doesn't care about Deontay Wilder. Like, he makes out he cares about. You know what I mean? Like, these type of people, they don't care. All they want is views. Even IFL, you know what I mean? It's a business. But at the same time, you know, I think it was genuine. I felt that, you know what I mean? Even though I'm all the way across the bond, I felt this pain. I felt the way AJ was talking. People start saying bad stuff about AJ. They were saying, like, you know, AJ, you know, he's telling people not to go to white shops. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, basically, if you're getting racism, like, don't support those people that are racist. That's it. You know what I mean? But people
a lot of people are hoodwinked, and I wasn't even going to bring up the whole AJ thing because, you know, people are going to feel some type of way. You know, you got people who don't even understand, that don't scratch the surface, that don't understand, that really believe in Black Lives Matter and fighting for Black lives and Black people, who really don't understand that George Soros, the billionaire fucking piece of shit, fucking runs fucking Black Lives fucking Matter, and you know and that's the same piece of shit who fucking backs Antifa and other fucking bullshit organization and goes in and bankrupts multiple fucking countries. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of bigger shit going on underneath all of that. But I'm just saying, people, I really don't even want to get on all the extra political shit. I'm just saying, people got their agendas for Anthony Joshua. That's why I said earlier. So, you know, people shouldn't be surprised now up until the day until him and Fury fight or they don't fight. People gonna have shit to say. My whole thing is, it makes it look fucking weird in Deontay Wilder's interest. In the interest of the shirt and shit. When I'm just saying, that fucking particular shirt, you're making money off of it. You've been making money off of it, and the portion's been going to the NAACP. So I'm just saying, and then it kind of looks like you're advertising at the end of it, bruh.
The thing is, though, he's making, obviously he's a charity as well, in it, like when he's doing it. So even other charities, they don't give out all the money. Sometimes some charities, they keep some money. So let's say he's giving, you know, to the NBBC, whatever that is called, I forgot the name now. You know, even let's say if he kept, you know, some money out of it, at the end of the day, you know, who knows where that money is going to? What if he's paying other people as well? At the same time, there's a lot of people relying on him. So we don't know exactly what's going on, because we seen the Forbes the other day, you know, how much money he made and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't really have that much issue. I know, like, a lot of people are saying, you know, he's profiting out of this, that. My main thing is, you know, he came out, you know, he showed his face. You know, I know he didn't, you know, whatever he was saying, he didn't write it himself. At the same time, I believe that. But you know what? I feel the guy's pain. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I do the same thing with AJ as well. You know what I mean? I'm keeping the same energy. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like, you're looking at it from a completely different view while I'm looking at it. So I'm cool. Like I said, I'm cool with anybody and everybody's intentions, you know, for just unity. I mean, amongst the people or whatever. My whole thing is, you know, I have certain raised antennas when it comes to certain things that happen to be surrounding it. But that's just me. You know, I just happen to be one of those type of individuals, and I don't expect everybody to be like that.
And you're allowed to feel like that. Everyone, you know, can feel the way they want to feel. You know, I absolutely understand how you feel, and yeah, of course, you're allowed to feel like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the poem itself, yeah, of course it was dope. I'm telling y'all, D Smoke wrote it. But anyway, D Jeff, salute, man. John Daly, salute. What's up with y'all boys, man?
What's up, Mr. Two Hands? Hey, You know what I'm finding out about this Wilder situation in the poem is it is very similar to what's going on with AJ in the UK. These guys are catching flack in their homeland. Like Wilder's catching a whole lot of flack from people in America, but I'm listening to even Mark Unrival said it. A lot of people outside of this country, they have deep respect for Wilder for that poem and the performance. But people in the country giving him the most flack. Same shit that's going on with AJ over there. Like a lot of us have respect for what AJ did, but people over there giving him massive flack for it. The same thing is happening to both of them. They catching the flack, the heat that they catching are from their homeland people.
It just seems to me that there's a lot of, like I said, man, with all of the stuff that's going on right now, it just seems like there's a lot of tribalism in the world. And I'm telling you, like there's a old, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, like a house divided, I think it's like, what is it? A house divided can never stand. Something like that. I can't remember how the saying goes. It's in the Bible. But regardless, it just seemed like it's a lot of like stuff going on, and it's creating tensions, and it's drawing like weird lines in the world, and people are, I don't know.
The thing is, Mr. Turan, it's brought attention to a cause that needs it. And both AJ and Wilder are doing that. I mean, I didn't enjoy the poem, and I definitely think someone else wrote it. I didn't really like the performance, but he still did something. So I want to give him credit for that anyway. And the fact that the merch was set up last year, and that's when he started making the donations, makes me comfortable with him having it on there, because it means more money's going to go to that charity. Producing the merchandise isn't free, so he can't give it all to charity. He'd be better off just taking some of his money and just giving it directly rather than having the merch in the first place. But the merch carries a message. It's not, you know, historically linked with the civil rights movement, but people know what it means now. Even if he's been opportunistic about it, he's still using it for that cause.
I don't know, man. Like I said, we all are gonna have our differences and opinions on it, you know. And hey, man, more power to what. Like I said, we all have our very beliefs on a lot of these things that are going on out here. My thing is, I for one, like I have mine. Other people have theirs, and you know, it is what it is.
The thing is,
you know what I'm saying?
the heat AJ's catching is predominantly from white people who are calling him a black supremacist, whereas it seems that it's more black people turning on Wilder in America. I don't know because I'm not there. I know for a fact it's predominantly white people here because I spent a lot of time yesterday defending AJ on a different platform. I put a comment on someone's post and it got 50 hate replies. People were really in their feelings that he's just said support black businesses. It's like, well, why shouldn't
I'm being called you know, a racist just because I was defending AJ, you know, on so many platforms as well. Like
I got called a racist by white people. White people called me a racist, and you know, if you don't know, I'm a white man.
I'm gonna get used to it. I mean, those are things that I don't know. Like I'm so used to shit like that, you know. Like, and you going like it's almost even not extreme to me. It's pretty much the norm because I mean it's been consistently going on in society for how long. So if you have anything that's gonna ignite and that's gonna spark that or add fuel to that, of course, this is gonna add to a lot more finger pointing and a lot of putting a lot of false titles on people that don't necessarily belong there due to unpopular or popular opinion coming from opposing sides. It's just, I think that, you know, people, you know, at the end of the day, like I have a tendency to try to ask people, like, realistically, what do you want? What do you want out of the individual? Like, you know, because at the end, nobody's going to say everything that's going to please you. And if you're expecting that in freaking life, that's already a problem with society now because people aren't technically allowed to say what they want to say in supposedly democracies. And as soon as they say what's really on their fucking mind, you're getting bashed for their personal opinion. I mean, it's their personal opinion. It's not affecting you in any type of way. So if a person feels that way, he should be able to walk with that and should be able to stand on it. Shouldn't have to answer to a fucking whole different council of different settling groups. I'm not talking about the racially unacceptable. I'm just talking about a person's opinion on racism, period. If it's in the right context, it shouldn't be a problem. But see, even if a person even tries to find a proper way to say something, people still find something wrong with it. So I honestly don't. What really is safe, you know? Because being a public figure, you're going to deal with something.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And you know, the thing is, like, the more popular, the more famous you are, the bigger your name is, the more you're going to deal with, bro. I mean, that's just
but that's why I think they both deserve credit, because they probably knew they were going to get heat no matter what they did.
Right.
But they're getting it. And it's like, I've seen more dislike of what Wilder did from people who support the cause of ending racism, whereas with AJ, the hate has come from people who are sort of still denying it. It's more from, we don't have in the UK All Lives Matter particularly, but it's those type of people that are offended by it.
The thing is, though, like, obviously there's a lot of protests going on in the UK right now. You know, the latest one right now is going on in Oxford right now in England. So, you know, all these other people that are, you know, hating on AJ, that are calling AJ a racist, they're the ones that never liked AJ anyway. That's the feeling that I'm getting.
I think it just brought out a load of closet racists.
Yeah, they never liked AJ. So that's what the feeling that I'm getting.
Yeah. There's a mixture. So I think some people there's some white people in the UK that live in predominantly white areas, probably don't know any people of ethnic minorities, and they may genuinely think that there isn't a problem with racism in the UK. So they're looking at it as AJ's being separatist, he's trying to go for black supremacy. And then there's an element of people that are just closet racist, and they're just jumping on the only negative they could find in the speech, because he starts off his speech saying this is not a black and white thing, it's about everybody, we just want to end racism. Then he makes it clear what he's reading out aren't his words, it's somebody who couldn't be there, who he actually knows. And then as he's reading through the speech, he interprets bits, you know, different sections. So those were the ones that, like you're saying. Sorry, I don't know your name. Is it Mo?
P Boxing.
Yeah. So they were never going to be happy no matter what he did. But that's why he deserves credit, because he went out and did it anyway, and he probably knew that.
And the thing is as well, like, all these other people that are hated, they're not necessarily all of them. They're not all racist. What it is like they're all sheeps, so they're all following each other. And I bet you, like, most of these people, they're all gonna buy his fights anyway. So it's just like, you know, a trend that's going right now. Like, let's hate AJ right now. You know what I mean? That's what's going around. But in the end, you know, they're gonna love him again. That's the feeling that I'm getting anyway.
I mean, at the end of the day, people are always gonna find they're like I said, at the end of the day, if people jumped out the window and all of a sudden he just got this new influx of all of this hate and people trying to chastise him in every possible way they can, it's just because people are waiting in the wings to do that anyway. I mean, Anthony Joshua's profile is considered to be so cookie cutter in the eyes of most anyway, that anything like that would be totally against the type of freaking profile that he presents as a marquee boxer. He is not that kind of marquee boxer that he should be frontline in Black Lives Matter. That goes against everything that they're trying to push with this guy. So those people, they were waiting to jump out of the wings to see him do something like that. So this is just something that I'm just like, hey, just expect it, bro. And like, that's why I tell everybody else, y'all shouldn't be surprised, because with his kind of personality and just who he is, like, yeah, these people were going. These type of people were going to come out the woodworks as soon as he was at a Black Lives Matter rally.
Well, I think things are different here because big corporations are more behind ending racism. So one of his big sponsors, JD Sports, they put some stuff out supporting Black Lives Matter. The Premiership Football League has asked all its players to kneel before matches for Black Lives Matter. So it's a bit different. The landscape's a bit different here from what it would be if it was in America. So I don't think he's going to lose any sponsorship, or I don't think it's going to go that way. I think
I wasn't speaking. I wasn't saying he was going to lose sponsorship. I'm just saying with the type of star he is and how he presents himself. I'm just saying the typical fan of Anthony Joshua that were fans for him, all for that type of reason, that cookie cutter, really polished reason, and for him to come out on the Black Lives Matter side of it, and for him to present himself that way, they would be waiting for him to.
That's what I'm disagreeing with. That's kind of what I'm disagreeing with, because I think the ones who a lot of the people who are hating him, I don't think ever likes a clean cut image, and they lean more towards Fury, because I don't know how he's presented in America, but some of the things Fury has said in the UK in the media are so un-PC. It's untrue.
And the thing is as well, like if I could get my 2 cents and that a lot of people have been saying it for years and years and years, like, why is Anthony Joshua behind Eddie Hearn? Why does Eddie Hearn talk for him? And then now that he's himself, he's spoken out, and by the way, he's not even being racist or he's not being horrible. He's just, being normal. Like, this is himself now. And, we got the real AJ right now, talking and stuff like that. This is the type of AJ that people want to see. And people are complaining about that now. I don't get it. So what is it? Do you want to see the robot, the guy that was quiet? And gets controlled by, Eddie Hearn, or do you want a guy that speaks freely, and says whatever he wants to say? Do you know what I mean?
No, they want the robot. They want the one. They want the one to smile and look good in front of the cameras and the pictures and stuff like that. They don't want the one that represent like that. Trust me, I promise you.
I think this hate's always been there. There's a British boxing YouTube channel that's quite big, and he did a post about why certain groups of British males hate AJ about 18 months ago. And I mean, the main reason he suggested was that because he's so popular with the ladies, that a lot of men don't like him for that reason, and they want to see him fail. And I think this is just their excuse to come out of the woodwork, and they've got something to go at him over. I
don't know. I think that's pretty big. Be like, just some fanboys.
No, but seriously,
don't like him because he's cute, so they just gonna hate him for his roots. So Black Lives Matter.
No.
I think it'll be a lot more than that.
There was, but this deep-seated dislike of Anthony Joshua has been there for quite some time. It's been there before he got beat by Ruiz. It's been an ongoing issue. And then
I mean, they always hated him.
No, but here in the UK, I think the people that have turned on him were never his fans in the first place. That haven't really been the ones supporting him. So he's from a business point of view, it's not going to make any difference to him.
But the thing is, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to affect his real fans. That's what they're trying to do. They want to turn them against him. They're saying look what he's like. This to start. They're shit stirring. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, potentially. But at the end of the day, that dude's whipping themselves up into a frenzy.
He's such a machine. He's so large anyway. The only thing that could fuck that up is him, and the only way that could happen is if he lose, and that's in a really dramatic fashion. So they could do whatever the hell they want to do, unless he did some really wild nut-ass Prince Andrew shit. But I don't see him doing nothing like that. So Anthony Joshua, they ain't gonna be able to dim his star, so they can just forget about that. That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna be able to.
Well, he's already had that humiliating.
But that's it though, man. I'm about to shut this joint down. We had an hour mark, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Y'all boys be easy, man, and I'll be back at this joint next time. You get me? Peace.
Peace.
Peace.